Menstrual. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill.
All right, everyone, welcome again to the quiet room. So this is my 6th week. You're gonna see me pull down the my sweats so I can clean off the area that I'm gonna clean. This week I am doing the right side, and then you're gonna see me fumble with the needle. I always want to pull my sweats back up just because it's weird being exposed, but then I just remind myself I just cleaned it to try to leave it there. All right, so I'm fooling with the needle. I do like to try to show you guys up close, so I'm going to pick up the camera and show you guys the needle and the Zepbound bottle there, so you can see how small the needle is and the 2.5 milligrams. There it is. Okay, so now I'm making sure it's in focus. All right, you are going to see me fumble here again for a minute. This needle is a lot skinnier, so again, it just takes me a second to process it. So make sure I get the bubbles down, get under the liquid, and pull it all out. Again, still kind of hesitant on this, and mentally, I know it's been 6 weeks. This is the 6th shot, but still not there. I am extremely bloated this week because I am on my cycle, which is the topic that I'm going to talk to you guys about either before this or after this. I'm not sure when I edit how I'm going to decide to do it, but I am very bloated and I did not lose much this week. I said I thought it was at 204, but when I got on it, it was 207. Now that was with clothes. I am going to add a shot without clothes also so we can see the scale. But at this point right now, as I'm making this voiceover, I'm not sure. So again, I messed it up. So trying it again. Again, these are not the red pants that I had on, but they are the same brand and size. So it's just a different color. Taking me forever. Again, am I the only one who hesitates with this? Y'all let me know below in the comments. Is it weird for you or hard for you? Did it take you a second to figure it out? I believe I make sure I get the liquid out and the air out. And it takes a second to get all the air out. And again, I don't know if it's really going to cause any damage or harm, but all that's bubbles. You can see it there. That's just letting all the air out. Not even really liquid. And then I get to the liquid part. So again, this does not hurt, but you will still see me flinch. I am getting a little better at it. I can feel myself getting better at it. And now that I have the longer needle, now I have to pull it and push it in for so long. So there we go. So this is my 6th shot on Zepbound. I will say the weeks before I was clearly seeing a difference, but this week again on my cycle I feel like I am extremely bloated, so I don't see a difference. I take it off and put it in the Sharpie container I have created. Again, my Sharpie container is just a Gain box, an old Gain, the plastic tub. That's what I use. I didn't buy anything special for it. So now I'm going to do my shots. So my face shot. Again, I can tell that it's smaller, and you remember I was really worried about the midsection not being touched. I will say the 2.5 is touching it because it is smaller, but I know that I am bloated this week, so next week we'll see how it does. I also feel like the angle was slightly different, but again, those are just things I'm telling in my mind. I don't want to make a bunch of excuses. This is me. Arms still carrying the weight, and then the stomach without the cover or without the the protection of pulling the sheet in. So I know I feel different in my clothes and I look different in my clothes. So thank you so much for watching. All right, so now this week I am going to talk to you guys about my cycle and just some of the things that I noticed as this being my first cycle in a while. So I will see you guys in a second. Welcome to the quiet room. I'm Clauthia Ray. So this week I want to talk to you about being on your cycle with Zepbound. So I haven't had a cycle in a couple of months, and I wasn't sure if I was in perimenopause or what was happening. Um, but as soon as I dropped the 18 pounds, my cycle came on with the vengeance. I've never had really heavy cycles. I've always been a 3-4 day person because I've been pretty athletic my whole life. But this time I'm on day 7 and it's still going pretty strong. And this is the week that I also had all of my symptoms. So the food noise that I had last Saturday came back, and it was right before I started my cycle. This week I told you guys about I had a caramel macchiato soy with decaf. That's how I always drink them. The few times that I have them, because I have a caffeine sensitivity, so I don't get it a lot, but I've had it 3 times since I've been on Zepbound. So this is week 6, and it had me sick. I was in the bathroom for a couple of hours. I ended up taking 3 Pepto-Bismols. Hormonally, I also felt like I wasn't as regulated this week. Still pretty calm and handling it, because typically on my cycle, if my husband says anything, I like lose it. But so this week I still was calm and alert. And I have started, like, the last 10-20 years, I think I have started recognizing when I'm on my cycle how I handle same events and try to handle those things accordingly, not just according to that week or that moment of how I'm feeling, if that makes sense. So I do feel like Zepbound is still in effect, but my cycle is very combative with it, if that makes sense. I also noticed, and you'll see in the footage that I'm gonna upload after this for the body shots, because this is week 6 of my Zepbound. I also noticed that I felt really bloated all week, and the scale didn't move much. Now, I will say, when I took my shot Thursday, my battery had ran out of, my scale had ran out of batteries, so I didn't buy batteries until Saturday. So that's when I took my took my weight, and it was 208, I want to say. So 208 is definitely, because the last time I was at 204, 205. And it's another reason why I say don't get so caught up in the scales. Even with my bloating, my clothes felt better than they had before. Like, my midsection was a lot smaller, but I definitely can tell and feel that I am bloated, if that makes sense. So you'll see that in the footage. Attitude. Um, I'm not tired at all. I'm not that person who gets really tired. I drink a lot. I'm super hydrated, and I eat a lot of green vegetables. So I'm usually not lethargic. However, on the first day of my cycle, I'm usually dead. I'm dead, but that's the only day that I am, like, really feeling tired and exhausted. It's usually the very first day of my cycle. I could sleep for 12 hours a day and still wake up tired. And again, that's normal, because the last year or two I just haven't had normal cycles. So, but that's how I was previously. My whole 30 years of 40 years, 50 years, whatever, of cycling. I guess it can't be 50 years, but 30 something years of cycling, I was always exhausted that first day. So I was not exhausted this first day. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I was. But I started a new job, and it's training, so we're just sitting down all day. So I thought I was just tired, because that's pretty boring. We're just watching modules online all day. So it could be that. It could be that it was my cycle. It also could just be that I was tired from sitting there watching modules all day. So Zepbound on your cycle, that's probably the biggest things I'll notice. I'll have it to compare next week, or the next 2 weeks, my 7th and 8th week. I'll look at it and see how I feel, if I notice any changes. But remember, I am still on 2.5. This does bring me to, I kind of feel some kind of way again, because I told you I really wanted to switch to 5. If I don't break Wonderland, and not because I'm obsessed with the pounds or the numbers, it's just that financially, right? Real talk, I'm paying $300 for this. I want it to work, but also be um, the least amount of side effects. I know that's the goal, right? Is to not send me into shock or anything like that. But I don't want to be on this for a month and not have gone down at all. I will say that I ate differently too this week, so I don't know. I can't tell you honestly which one is what, because this week I was trying to wean myself off of drinking 40 to 60 ounces of protein, and trying to eat the protein, because we were sitting down all week at training. I had cheese, I had nuts, I had eggs, I had olives, just snack foods like that I can eat. And then I ate broccoli, beef. So I had foods, and I was trying to eat my proteins this week rather than drinking them, because ideally, again, as this is a lifelong tool, I'm not going to want to drink the majority of my food all the time. I am actually pretty comfortable with it. I told you that Isopure that I use is actually fine to me. It doesn't bother me at all, so I can. But trying to make sure that I balance this out, I want to eat food also and maintain the weight loss, if that makes sense. So I was trying that out this week. So I did a lot of things. I didn't expect my cycle to come back. So my cycle came back during this week. So I honestly don't know what's what. I do know I ate most days instead of drinking my protein. I still had one 20-ounce, 64-ounce. You know, I still keep the 64 ounces. It's just a matter of, do I put one scoop in it, which is 20 grams, two scoops, which is 40, or three scoops, which is 60. So that's how I vary that up. I still drink the 64 ounces because liquid is what you need. It's just how much protein did I put in that. So this week I only put like one scoop in there, and I was trying to eat the rest of my proteins. So that's different. So I don't know. I guess I'll be able to make a judgment after my 7th and 8th week to see how I fall out. And then again, I cannot predict my cycles right now. So, but if I have another cycle, what happens, I'll be able to predict it. Ideally, I will probably be at 5 milligrams the next time I do have a cycle. So it could be different. It could be more. I don't know. I will keep you guys updated and posted. But this is my 6th week, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, I do feel bloated in the video, but there's nothing you can do about that. I do still look smaller. My waist is not, the 50-inch waist is going down. You can see it even on 2.5. I can honestly say I look and feel better in my clothes. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Clauthia Ray. Thank you, and welcome to the Quiet Room. Okay, I'm gonna fix that. Thank you guys so much for watching.